Channel North News is proudly brought to you by the Northern Advocate.
Kia ora koutou, I'm Sasha Toia.
Kia ora, I'm Wendy, Rika.
And we're here for the Like Minds, Like Mine campaign, talking about anti-stigma and anti-discrimination. According to the encyclopedia, discrimination is about the unfair treatment of a person, racial group or minority group. It's about action-based prejudice. Stigma is about a distinguishing mark of social disgrace. Now, discrimination is one of the biggest barriers to recovery, and that is why stopping discrimination and campaigning rights, respect and equality for people with experience of mental illness is so very important.
Yes, unfortunately a lot of people out there are unaware of the stigma and discrimination that they put people through who are mentally challenged. We are out there to let a lot of government agencies understand and know what's in their policies that can be discriminating to people who are mentally challenged. We also need to focus on the whānau and the public and let them know what's happening, because a lot of them are quite oblivious to the discrimination. And Sasha and I are going to make sure we do that.
So how does discrimination affect mental health consumers? People with mental illness or mental health problems experience prejudice and discrimination in almost every aspect of their life. Many have said that the actual stigma of mental illness is more disabling than the illness itself. Research has shown that people with mental health illness are not only prejudged but find it hard to get jobs, sustain friendships and relationships. Research has also shown that ignorance, fear and stereotypes presented in the newspapers, on the television and at the cinema all contribute to negative attitudes towards mentally ill health consumers.
The stigma and discrimination is something that both Sasha and I have been through. I was diagnosed with depression. I was on antidepressants, but being Māori, we don't really believe that that medication would work. So I went through that journey on my own. And the discrimination is all about people calling you antisocial when you're depressed. And that can be very, that can add more to the depressive state that you're in anyway. But understandably, whānau don't want to know about it, or whānau think they know about it. And because of our experience, well, I speak for myself here, because of my experience in that area, I'm able to understand how they feel and how the stigma and discrimination has changed their lives, not for the good either, or the positive, it's more the negative. So it's important to myself and Sash that we make a difference out there.
How does discrimination affect Māori mental health consumers? People with mental illness or mental health problems experience prejudice and discrimination in almost every area of their lives. Many have said that the stigma of mental illness is more disabling than the illness itself. Research has shown that people with mental health problems are not only prejudged, but find it hard to get jobs, sustain friendships and relationships. Research has also shown that ignorance, fear and stereotypes presented in the newspapers and on the television and in the cinema all contribute to negative attitude towards mentally ill health.
The effect that stigma and discrimination have on Māori people who are mentally challenged is quite sad really, because the whānau are the ones that seem to feel more stigmatised and discriminated against. The whānau, for Sasha and I, we need to get hold of them, we need to educate them and make them aware of the stigma and discrimination that the whānau member is going through. It's not about the whānau, it's about the whānau listening and understanding. And once they're able to do that, if they can identify the illness and look at the illness instead of looking at the whānau member as an embarrassment, we might make changes out there with whānau.
Thank you very much for watching, but for more information on countering stigma and discrimination or the Like Minds, Like Mine program, visit www.likeminds.org.nz.
Okay, and for all of you who are interested in what Sasha and I are doing out there on the road, you can contact us on Wendy at ringaatapai.org.nz, mobile number 021 959 438. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Channel North News is proudly brought to you by the Northern Advocate, supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.